Shefty, 19 wins in 2 seasons doesn't buy you what it used to back in the day in the NFL. Shefty will be with us throughout the show because at this rate, with how things have gone today, who knows what could happen next.
We see what side you on, Mina. We see you.
Marcus, let's start in Miami. And hello again to
sis.
Mina Kimes, who will be back with us soon enough in studio. But let me ask you, Marcus, this move strikes me as a head scratcher. Why did Miami make this move? 19 wins in 2 years.
Yeah, the move is stupid. Let me get that before I get into analysis, because we're talking about the future at this point. When you think about Brian Flores, the one thing I look at, I remember this. Remember we were going through the LSU coaching hire with Ed O. Sometimes you got to go with a guy that can galvanize players, right, and can delegate. That's what Flores was to me, right? A great defensive mind, been in that system. We all know the football acumen. You lose 7 games and your players respond by going 8 for 9.
That's real.
And you out the gate?
Yep.
Like, I'm thinking about ownership in Miami. And so what are you expecting? 2 more wins a season?
Yep.
And then navigating through the situation you navigated through last year. But moving forward, the only thing I can wrap my head around, fellas, and MK, is that they want to get offensive mindset at the head coaching spot, development of Tua. We don't even know what they're going to do at the QB spot. But this one is a head scratcher, and I'm really pissed off
Feels
about
very Jim Caldwell, Detroitish, right?
Ooh,
Right.
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting parallel right there. What do you think, Mina, about this one?
Yeah, I agree that it's puzzling. What I find equally puzzling is that Chris Grier, the GM, kept his job while Flores was let go. Look, whatever you think of the quarterback in Miami and the decision to take him over Justin Herbert, the single biggest problem with this football team has been the offensive line. Chris Grier has spent 4 first and second round draft picks, and the only one that's worked out is Laramie Tunsil, who's no longer on the Miami Dolphins. That group has just been an absolute disaster for Miami. And while I like this year's draft class, Waddle, Javon Holland, they made some good picks. His recent record is not good, and I'm surprised that they're putting trust in him to take the next step. And Dan, if they're trying to fix the offense with an offensive-minded coach, you wonder, well, who's picking the offensive personnel?
That's a great point, Mina. My mind goes to Tua because there's 2 situations here for Tua. Let's say the new head coach that they bring in wants to keep Tua. Well, Tua's going to be going into his 3rd NFL season with this 3rd offensive coach, his 3rd different system, and his 3rd different voice that he's going to hear. That is incredibly difficult for a quarterback to develop under that situation. Well, let's say that the coach that comes in goes, you know what, I don't want Tua. I don't want to marry myself to Tua. I want to move on. Well, now we've got a player going into a 3rd year in the NFL that's got to find a new home. That's got to restart everything. And we're talking about a top 5 pick that's crazy talented that's going to sit there and everyone's going to go, well, how come you didn't pan out? Well, this is the reasons why young quarterbacks get ruined. And the second thing my mind goes to is the new head coach better be very wary of what you are walking into. Very hesitant because, to your point, Babyface, they just fired Brian Flores and he had 19 wins in 2 years. So the expectations are going to be incredibly high.
Well, my thing is this: who the hell are you going to get?
Right.
So it's like that's the point. Like you brought up, Tua's development. Mina's talked about the type of draft picks they had in the offensive line and the way that Flores has found a way to actually succeed and almost excel into what the position that he was put in. So what kind of coach you going to get? Is he a dude that's going to galvanize the locker room? Is he a dude that's going to be a motivator? Are you going to go get a quarterback whisperer or guru to help Tua Tagovailoa? Is it going to be about offense? Are you looking for a different personality? Did Brian Flores rub someone in the building the wrong way? Like, there are all these different things that go into it, but when you watch this team on the field, they fight, they get through adversity, and they find ways to win games against good football teams at times. And so when you have a coach that's done all that, you have to go get an upgrade. Somebody tell me who and where the upgrade is.
Well said. Shefty ran through a bunch of head coaching changes, and I think a lot of them will be filed under we expected that to happen. I got a lot of unsolicited surprise and, frankly, some frustration around the league today about Brian Flores.
Babyface, we cover this league every day. And I didn't expect Brian Flores to get fired. And the second thing is, let's talk about the elephant. This is an African-American head coach with almost a 50% winning percentage. And he's out after his team just won 8 out of the last 9 games of the season.
Jim,
it's crazy.
Caldwell.
Yeah, you're right.
First time they've had,
and I hope they get Matt Patricia Cousin.
First time they've had back-to-back wins since 2003. Back-to-back winning seasons since 2003.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.